to class for those of you that are here on the regular, and so for some of you that are just, watching in. So today is going to be another pole power class. This is level 2 plus, which means that you're a level 2 student and up. What's up, Billy in the house? Thanks for coming again. So we will look a little bit more at some more challenging content. Yesterday level 1 and 2, right? If you're level 1, you're a beginner. If you're level 2, you're just starting your inversions. A level 2 plus is someone who's got some choppers, you got your leg hang or some kind of hangs, and then we're looking at pushing up to some other levels. The plus part meaning that we have some mods up, so if you happen to be a level 3 or you're looking for some crazy hard stuff, you'll have those options there as well. So a 60-minute express class. We'll do like a 10-minute quick warm-up. I'm probably going to do a little power yoga sequence really quick just to kind of get the body moving really quick and the muscles firing. So if you tend to find that you have issues in the wrists when you're doing, down dogs, planks, tabletops, any of that kind of stuff, and you don't have a really good excuse like carpal tunnel or some pre-existing wrist condition, right? You just know that it typically tends to hurt whenever you're doing those shapes right there. I want you to be a little more mindful. Really try to use the hands. See, I'm kind of like giving you like a creeper massage, or like I'm grabbing sand. So really try to distribute the weight through the entire hand, through the entire palm and into the fingers. Much like when you use your feet to stand, you use the toes and the whole, blade of the foot left and right to balance yourself and absorb the weight of the body. Same thing, distributing it into the weight of the hands. With that being said, I've got a pretty good class here. It's going to be challenging, but different than yesterday. We'll probably have a little static spin in there. We'll do a little leg work a la pole, and some quads and that kind of stuff, and it should be good to go. Okay, so without further ado, and then all of this is being recorded, so it goes up onto my YouTube channel, Acro Brandon, ACCROBRANDON, and then if you'd like to donate or tip or support me for this, Venmo, Acro Brandon, PayPal, Acro Brandon, all the good stuff. Otherwise, just kick back and enjoy the class. Thumbs up, share it with your friends and family and all the other good stuff. Okay, so let's warm up. I don't play music so that way you can hear me, but if you want to play music in your own end, in the background, you can totally do that. Okay, how does this look? This looks okay. It's a little backlit because what time of day it is here, but we're be good to start. Okay, so feet a little bit wider than the hips. Yes, and then just a quick rock to the right and left, wiggle up the toes, waking up the feet. Feeling the inner and outer blade of the foot. And then taking it around into a circle. Feeling all 4 sides of the foot. Maybe the heels and toes will be lifting. Yes. And then reverse direction. Good. And then coming back to center, nice and slow with the arms. Up, arch, folding over, scoop at the bottom. Back up to the top. And arch, feel it, fold, scoop up. 2 more. Nice deep arch, fold, really rounded scoop. Last full one. To the top, dropping the arms down. Independent shoulder circles to the back. Yes, right side, left side, rolling it back. Add a little bit of elbow as you come up and over, and then a full arm circle. Need to make sure I don't hit the tank behind me. I'm like, this is a good idea. We have space. No, we don't. And then slowing it down back to the front. Small independent arm circles to the front, shoulder circles. Add a little bit of elbow. And then the full arm, like you're doing a little swimming action here. Good, back to center, taking the chest, pushing it forward, arching back, back and round with the ribs, front and arch, back and round, 2 more, last one, back to center. Take the ribs, slide it to the right, to the left, side to side, back and forth, 2 more, last one, back to center, down into the pelvis, tucking it forward, tilting it back, tuck, tilt, front, back, 3, 2, 1, stay low, push your hip to the right, straighten through the left, down to the other side from side to side, hip to hip, 2 more, last one, and back to center. From here, arch, melt it forward, forward fold, straighten out the legs, ears are open, listen for the cueing, just shift the hips from side to side. And then walk your hands to the right side. Right ankle, left hand, right arm in the air. Taking a twist. Shift a little energy back forward into the toes as you're folded over. Try to straighten out the legs if you can. Twisting a little deeper, bringing it down. Other side, left ankle, right hand, left arm in the air, taking your twist. Shift a little energy forward, back into the toes. Try to straighten the legs out a little bit more if you can, squeezing the quads, twisting a little deeper, and then bringing it back down. Hands on the mat in front of you, arms straight and locked out, looking forward, squatting booties to the floor. Medium pace, here we go, and down, and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, last full one, pause. Soften the knees, rolling up, rolling through the entire spine, pushing the pelvis forward, roll through the spine, arch and melt it back down. Do these all the time, rolling up, arch and melt. Keep going, 2 more. Last full one. And pausing at the top and then reversing, right? Head, chin, chest, dive, straight legs, head first, chin, chest, dive, straight legs, head first. One more full one. And then pausing at the top. Flat back, folding back forward, hands are on the mat. Pivot towards the right side and then set yourself up into a down dog. Pedaling out the legs, fingers spread wide, hands nice and active. Just settling in here. And then pushing away from the ground. Yes, pushing through the shoulders. And then relaxing back to a neutral down dog. From here, shifting forward, top of plank, shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. If you need to drop your knees, you can, otherwise you're in a full plank if you got it. If you got a mirror, look at yourself. Is your pelvis sagging? Is it booty high? Are you really in a plank shape? Or can you make that nice correction? So it's almost like you're a triangle, yeah? A right angle between the arms and the floor, and then it slopes down towards the feet. Pushing back, down dog. Once again, shifting forward, top of plank, 2 breaths here. Lowering the pelvis, up dog, thighs off of the ground, nice and strong. Push back up to down dog, 1 breath here. Look forward with your hands, jump or step. Boom, straighten the legs, a forward fold. Little yoga sequence here. Hands on the shins, come halfway up to a half back. Folding back over. Soften the knees, rolling up to standing. Arms all the way up. Hands back down to the side like a T. Forward fold, swan dive. Hands on the mat, looking forward. Jump or step back to plank. Push back, down dog. We're going to do that a couple times, a little bit quicker, with a push-up in between before we go back to down dog, okay? So here we go. Shifting forward, top of plank. 1 breath. Up dog, thighs off the ground, 1 breath. Back up to down dog, 1 breath. Look forward at the hands, jump or step. Forward fold, 1 breath. Inhale, half back, back down. Soften the knees, rolling up to standing. Arms up, back out to a T. Forward fold, swan dive. Exhale on your way down. Hands are on the mat. Jumping back to a plank, 1 breath. Bottom of a push-up. Push back up. Down dog, 2 breaths. 1 more sequence just like that. All right, down dog. Inhale, 1 breath. Shifting forward to plank, 1 breath. Up dog, 1 breath. Down dog, 1 breath. Look forward and jump as you finish that breath. Forward fold. Inhale up to a flat back, half back. Exhale back down. Soften the knees, rolling up to standing. Hands are up overhead. Back to a T, swan dive, forward fold. Hands are on the mat. Jump back to a plank. 1 breath. Bottom of a push-up. Push back up. Down dog. Couple breaths here. Walk the hands back towards your feet, forward fold, couple breaths here. Whatever you want or need while you're folded over. Working on loosening up the hamstrings, trying to get the legs straight and locked out, maybe folding just a little bit deeper. Walking the hands back forward to plank, to down dog, sorry. Shifting forward to plank, and then rolling your body towards the back of the room for a side plank. Any variation will do, just make sure the shoulder is stacked over the hand. You can stack your feet, you can have one forward and one back, or vice versa. That's working good. Try to push the hip up and get a little bit of arch in the upper part of the body here. Maybe you're like bending a knee, going for extra balance, doing extra yoga. Maybe you're bringing this leg up to the side or turning sideways. Whatever is good for you. See, I'm a little wobbly here for this one. Usually I just go right up here. I feel this one in the top hip when I do it. Boom, coming back, reset. Pausing in plank for a second, push back down dog for just a half a breath. Shifting back forward, plank, rolling towards the front of the room, side plank over here, whatever variation you did, top arm reaching up towards the ceiling. Maybe you've got a leg pushing through the side body, getting a little arch in the upper oblique. Maybe lifting a leg. You need to do more of these. Woo, feel it in that top hip on this side for sure. And then bringing it back down, back to center, plank, push back down dog, 2 breaths here. From here, shifting forward to plank, drop the knees, push back, child's pose. Yes, knees wide, feet together, booty on the heels, arms and hands are out in front of you. Few breaths here, just settling, relaxing, taking a couple breaths. And then from here, shifting forward into a tabletop. Yeah, simple cat and cow is my style. You know the drill. Tilting the pelvis, it rolls to the spine, and then the head lifts last. Tucking the pelvis, the spine rounds, the head drops last. Tilting and tucking. Initiating from the pelvis and out through the head. And then if this works really good for you, maybe even trying to get a little bit more range as you hit maximum tilt and maximum tuck and rounding. And then coming back to neutral. Cross the legs behind you, sit back, sit down, onto our back for a couple final exercises, and then we're going to be on our way here. Yes? So laying back, legs are straight. We're going to go right for the plow first. Yes? Squeeze the legs together, hands are on the mat next to the hips, peeling the knees in towards your chest, and then rolling back into a plow of choice. Hands are underneath the hips for support if you need it. Feet are on the ground if you can get it. If you can't get your feet, stay in a little tuck ball. Maybe straighten one leg and another, just trying to like toe tap overhead. Or you could be in a straddle with flexed feet and maybe you're teeter-tottering left and right, trying to get your feet to touch. And if you can get one to touch, then maybe trying to work on 2. And then maybe it'll eventually come overhead into a nice little pike shape, and then you point the toes, and you're in this final plow shape. It smells like bacon around here. I think the neighbors downstairs are taunting me. The smell of bacon and exercise in the morning. And then from here, rolling down through the back, 1 vertebrae at a time, nice and slow, taking a breath, staying on your back. We're going to go back into the plow again. Just want one little quick release before we do the next exercise, okay? So from here, we're going to peel our knees. We're going to go back into our plow. Hands are underneath the hips. This time I just want the legs to be floating overhead. So you can prop your hands underneath your hips and drive the elbows into the ground, and then opening up into a straddle. Doesn't have to be a crazy straddle, just a comfortable straddle, yes? So while you're here, you're looking up in between the middle of your legs, looking at the ceiling, and I want you to try and rotate your legs from the waist to the left and to the right. Okay, so it's almost like you're twisting your lower body, which is really the legs, yes, to the left and to the right. Okay, don't teeter-totter to the left and right. Okay, not up and down from side to side, but almost like if you had a tray of drinks on your legs and you were trying to serve it to the right side and serve it to the left side. So a rotation in the hip as you rotate the legs from side to side. Yes? So you're like twisting basically while keeping the legs parallel with the floor. Yeah? You can take your hands off if you want to. My pole is kind of getting in the way of my rotation, but you're just trying to figure out, can you rotate a little bit? Yeah? Typically when you turn one way, whatever direction you're turning, that leg starts to drop down. So you need to figure out how to keep it a little bit more level as you rotate from side to side. Yes? There you go. Mirror helps. Woo! Yeah, back and forth. Pausing here, and then rolling back out. Taking a couple breaths here. Yes, bringing the feet underneath you, pushing up into a hip bridge. If you need to walk your shoulders in just a little bit, you can. Feet are parallel, just a hair wider than hip width. Yes, arms are straight by your side like railroad tracks. Pushing the pelvis up, squeezing the booty really tight, squeezing the knees in nice and strong. And then roll down through the back from the neck, one vertebrae at a time, down to the pelvis. And pause here. One breath. Pushing back up. I smell bacon. It smells so good. Pushing up, squeezing the booty, squeezing the legs harder. Smell of bacon makes me want to, I think, do you get calories just from smelling bacon? Makes me want to work out harder. Squeeze, booty, push the pelvis higher. Ha, legs, boom. Roll down through the back, one vertebrae at a time. One more time. Take a breath here. We're going to do one last rep. Last one, pushing the pelvis up, hip bridge, pushing it nice and high. Squeeze the booty really tight. Squeeze the knees together nice and parallel, trying to get a little bit higher. And then releasing back down. Good. Let the legs flop out to the side, like you got a little diamond action going on here. And then from here, close the knees, legs go straight up to you, 90 degree. Arms are out to the side like a T, and drop your legs towards the front of the room, and taking a little spinal twist here. Trying to not let the rear shoulder release from the floor. So if the rear shoulder starts to pick up because you're really tight in the spine, then maybe you need to bend a bottom leg or a top leg, or reduce a little bit of that leverage somewhere, or maybe you're just letting it hover a little bit higher so that you can get as deep into the twist as you can without the rear shoulder coming off of the ground. Okay. And then bend the knees, bring it back to center, straighten the legs back up, dropping the legs towards the back of the room. I got it, just barely. Spot between the tank and the chair, letting it drop all the way down. Spinal release here. I got some work for you today. Take your breath now. Good, and then bending the knees, coming back to center, straighten out the legs, shake out the legs from the hip sockets, rolling towards the front of the room, sitting yourself up, and then stand on up, grab your mat, put it away. We're gonna get into class. Let's get this party started. That's okay. I still have the GoPro recording down here below this one, and I have one from the side over here, so that's good because we'll get a couple different angles, okay? So, we're gonna warm up first with a split grip, okay? So that's gonna be one hand high, one hand low. Okay, bottom hand is gonna be having a gun grip, a pistol grip here. Okay, so if this is not a habit for you, whenever you're grabbing a pole and you have a bottom hand down, you really should make this a priority in your life. The reason for that is when you grab the pole and it goes between the thumb and the middle finger, your wrist is fairly straight, okay? If it isn't and you grab and you wrap your hands, you notice that if you need to get the pole to go straight through your hand, you actually have to kink at the wrist in order to get the hand nice and straight. So what happens is that when your wrist is turned like this, the body naturally wants to unwind the wrist to get it back to a neutral position, okay? So if you notice that whenever you're doing tricks, or we're about to do a static hold that you start to rotate around the pole, it's probably, that's one factor of it, is the fact that you had all your fingers wrapped around, you're not using a gun grip. But also, depending on the upper hand, depending if you grab around the pole, the body is naturally going to want to unwrap to meet this hand, right? So depending on how much you overwrap or underwrap will dictate where the body's going to go. So you want to try and grab something neutral, but at the same time, you might need to use the hands to counter the twist to keep yourself in space, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is just split grip static holds. Okay, so what it would look like is I would grab, I'm going to be on the top of my toes, that way I can just lift my feet off of the ground. You might need to lift your feet up or what have you, but I grab with the upper hand, I grab with the bottom, I'm going to choke up just a little bit so I can push away. I pull with the top, I push with the bottom, I lift my feet up, and then I'm hanging here, okay? Maybe for some of you, we are up here, you can't pull yourself up, so you're going to grab really strong with the hands, and then you're going to start to sink your energy slowly into the hands so that I can start to pull and push with both of them, and then I'm going to lift my feet up. Ideally, you'll get a nice straight pencil of some sort. Maybe you're going to be bending the knees and coming around here. And then, like I said, you might rotate, so you might need to think about how can I counter the twist with a hand to stick my position if I start to fall out like this, okay? How do I rotate myself back forwards? For me right now, it's the bottom hand countering the twist, okay? Now, as we do this hold with all of my holds, okay, we're going to be shooting for a 10-second hold. So if you've got it, you stick it, and then it starts to slide over the 10 seconds. Don't be like, oh, hold on, let me just restart and step back out. No, fuck that, okay? You need to fight to hold on, okay? So if you start sliding, then just bend your knees. Try not to touch the floor for the whole 10 seconds. Do whatever it is you can to build up this grip strength so that we can float for a longer amount of time, okay? So here we go. I'm going to count you in. We're going to do it together. I'm going to start with my right hand high. You can do whatever side you want, but it's a little bit easier to follow along when I'm doing the same side with you, but it's your choice, okay? So we're going to levitate for 10, okay? So here we go. I'm going to do right hand high. I'm up really on the balls of my feet really high. Bottom hand is nice and low. Pulling with the top, pushing with the bottom. Boom, you're either sinking in or the feet are coming off. And we're here in a nice straight pencil. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then releasing, coming back down, shaking it out. We're just getting warmed up, warming up the grip strength. If you ain't got strong hands, you're going to have a hard time doing pull because that's all it really is, right? Yes, we get to use grips between elbows and armpits and legs and stuff like this, but at the end of the day, when the shit hits the fan, we rely on our hands. So we want to build up that grip strength, get them comfortable, and hopefully not sweating so much as well, okay? So we're going to do the other side. Yeah, right to the left, we're going to do 2 sets on each side, okay? Left hand is high, right hand is low, nice pistol grip pushing down, yes? On the balls of our feet, standing up really high, pulling with the top, pushing with the bottom. Here we go, we levitate. Get a nice pencil, straighten yourself out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Fighting forward if you're slipping. Bend your knees, come off of the ground. Do whatever it is you have to do. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Take a breath. Maybe you need a quick sip of water. It is an express class, so we're not taking too much downtime, okay? It's only 60 minutes. We're going to try and power through this. So less breathing time, well, if you're doing the Instagram live feed, the good news is that you can't fuck around and look at Instagram while you're watching Instagram, right? But a lot of the times, right, when I'm working out, it's like, oh, good, I got a set. Let me just check out Facebook and Instagram for a quick second in between, and that turns into like 4 minutes, right? So we want to minimize the amount of downtime, okay? So here we go, right side, once again, right hand high, left hand low. If you're getting bored while you're doing this, this is really good. Okay, you can add in some little dancer feet. So maybe while you're up there, you might do some little flutter kicks, or you might do some of this like ballet, scissory leg kind of shit. I don't know what that is. Or maybe you're working on airwalks. If you don't know anything about airwalks, I did a video about that like 3 weeks ago. So you can go and watch that one on how to airwalk while you're in the split grip. But the split grip needs to be solid first, right? So that's how we get really good airwalks, okay? And learning how to prance. Okay, right hand is high, left hand is low, same deal, other side. Here we go, pulling with the top, pushing with the bottom. We're levitating. We're holding here for 10. Maybe you're working on your legs. 8. I got to do it with flex feet because I'm not high enough. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and one, and then coming down. That's fun, yeah? Cool. Okie doke. Taking a quick breath, and then we're gonna do the other side after I retie my shorts here. Breathing is good. Okay, here we go. Last side, grip strength, all this good stuff. So left hand is high, right hand is low. I might actually jump up a little bit higher, so if you're feeling confident in these split grip exercises, you can always jump and catch yourself really high so you have lots of space to work with, okay? Pulling with the top, pushing with the bottom, we're levitating. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, good. Coming down, take a quick breath. Okay, so that's the first warm-up drill that we're doing for today. Okay, I feel like the last time I did a level 2+ class, we had talked about doing some cup grip kind of stuff, so that's exactly what we're going to do right now. Cup grip is definitely, you can learn it in level 2. I teach it occasionally, but it really doesn't come into play as much until you get into level 3. But that's what we're going to start playing with today. We're going to have some impossible stuff to do with it, and then we're going to have a wide array. Okay, so we're going to look at the cup grip itself as just a static hold, and then what we're going to come back and do is we're actually going to do some obliques and some abs with it. So we might do the same thing, levitating from the side, but now we're pulling through the side body, so we need to engage over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'll demonstrate for you. I'll give you an idea of what it looks like for both cameras. Let me turn this to one side because a vertical view on the cell phone is never wide enough. Okay, I'm going to do it one way for the Instagram, one way for the GoPro over here, although I do have this GoPro down here as well looking up. Okay, so the cup grip, okay, is going to be like so. So both of your thumbs need to be facing down towards the ground, okay? So even though this one is not thumbing straight down, right, the thumb is facing the ground in this direction right here, okay? So as long as you got both thumbs pointing towards the ground, you can't F this one up, okay? Now, same deal, I'm going to have a gun grip on the bottom, and the top hand is going to be up here. All of the fingers are going to be wrapped around, okay? It's a cup grip, okay? And I'm going to be turning sideways. So what is the proper amount of spacing, okay? When the arms are fully extended, you should have about a fist space or a coffee cup's worth of distance between your head and the pole, okay? So if you're super wide, you'd be way out here. And if you were super tight and your head almost touches the pole, too tight. Okay, so you're going to have to find your own little happy place as far as what that appropriate spacing is, okay? Now, I'm going to be pushing with the bottom and pulling with the top in this direction. Okay, that's the basic part. But also the hand alone needs to do something as well. So as I'm pulling this way with the arm, I'm also pulling downward on the pole so that I can get some lift out of this hand. Now the last part, that's really important, okay? When the pole is in my hand, it's not just grab and call it a day, okay? We need to create tension between the hand, between the outside of the pinky and the I guess this is the heel. I don't know what you call this part of the thummy area. So while I'm grabbing the pole, I am also rotating my hand in this direction, okay, like I'm trying to bend the pole, okay? That creates tension between these 2 points, okay? Very much like when you climb, right? You do a basic climb, you sandwich the pole between here and here, exact same idea is that, but with a smaller surface area, okay? So that will give you some binding action too. You bind on the pole, you can pull the pole, and you can also push down on the pole. You can do 3 things all at the same time and get better results, okay? So it takes a lot of practice, because you're like, I don't get it, fuck this thing's so hard, right? Okay, so what are we gonna do first? So we're gonna work on our cup grip, okay? We're gonna work on getting a static hang. And we need to be totally sideways and lined with the arms. So yesterday, we did a class with the lean outs, and I was like, pretend like you're working out between 2 very narrow buildings. This is all the space that you have. So you would be like squeezing through this space right here, right? That's the exact same thing that you want when you're doing these cup grip drills, okay? So if I was to face the camera like this over here, when I do this, I want to be perfectly sideways. I don't want to be back here or arching back or going hollow, right? There is no space for that. You want to try to be super linear. And for this camera over here, right, I'm trying to be totally sideways. Yes, I'm not overarching. We got to find this place, but we need to push our chest through our shoulders to get a little bit of lockout. I'm exaggerating this push, but at any rate. So we're gonna give it a try, okay? Just like with the split grips, we're gonna try and sink our weight in to try and get it to hold a little bit, okay? So don't jump, don't be like, oh my God, this is hard, maybe if I jump, I'll catch it. If you can't hold it and sink into it, jumping into it is not gonna make it easier, okay? So we wanna sink into it. So the top hand is high, right? All of my fingers are wrapped around the pole. I'm giving my hand this little tweaky action. The bottom hand is here pushing away. Yes, boom. And first I'm gonna try and sink in and see if I can sink my weight, pull with the top, push with the bottom, get it fairly locked out, and then maybe I can get the feet off, okay? Maybe that's a little too hard, okay, for right now, okay, but this is what we're gonna be playing with, right? So then maybe I'll just try to take one foot off and then two. So then I come in here, I'm sideways, I'm sinking in, I've got the outside foot off, and then I lift the inside just for a second. I'm like, ha ha, yes, ha, no. Okay, hold on. Ha ha, ha, yes, ha, and no. Okay, so that's what we want to play with first. So I want you to take a couple of rounds on your own. Okay, I'm going to do the left and right side for myself personally so I can be balanced. But I want you to play with the left and the right side, and I'll do it from a few different angles so you can kind of watch me go around the pole. We will get a little bit lost on this side because I'm not going to move it. I'll move it for right now, right? So that you can see what's happening here. Crazy 8! It's another class. Okay. So, at your own leisure, just the right side, I'm going to go around in a couple circles. I want you to see if you can find a little bit of balance, okay? 5 seconds would be great. 10's amazing. That's all we really need, yeah? So you're here at your own pace, right? You're sitting in, you're sinking, you're pulling with the top, you're pushing, you're totally sideways. You're going to be pulling through the side body. So, right, and you're here, da-da-da-da-da, boom. Let me do a different angle if you're watching and participating, depending on where you're at. To my right side. Push, I pull, I hang, and I'm balancing, da-da. Yes, I'm going to keep going. I'll do all 4 corners just in case there's anything that might be missed. All right. Here. One from over here. Boom. Maybe over here. Da-da-da. And back. Okay. And then take a breath. Let me know how that's going. If you have any questions, let me know. And then we're going to move over to the left side. We're going to tinker with that. And then, after we get done with this next little set on the left side, then we're going to talk about using some obliques, okay? And some different ways to use it. Abs is part of this. It will be difficult. And you're going to be like, what the fuck? Yes, but I promise it will be amazing at a later point in time. Okay, so now I'm going to move over to my left side. I'm going to do it facing this direction for this camera right now. Okay, you're doing the same thing, other side. Yes, the right hand should be on top, left hand being at the bottom, right, or whatever opposite side it is. It's always fine. Yeah, this is a weaker side in some respects. Yes, pushing, pulling. Oh yeah, I'm definitely tight through the outside of my right obliques and abs and all of that stuff. Boom, woo! That feels funky right there. Boom, 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 woo! I want to rotate backwards. I'm trying to stay straight to the side. Bottom arm is weak, man. I'm getting some wobbles there. Come on, Brandon. Wake up here. Let's go. Can't be weak in front of the people, okay? Here, sitting, boom, woo! There we go. Yeah, a little bobble there. Good. Okay. Now, let's talk about making this a little bit more WTF, okay? So now we're going to be looking at some tic-tocs, okay? My right side, as in my right side being down, is my strong side, okay? So we're going to look at the tic-tocs. I'm going to show you the hardest version, and you're going to be like, no, thanks, no. I'll watch, but no, okay? These are super hard. I learned these from a cert guy when I first started doing pole. I do them occasionally, but they will make you really strong, especially if you're trying to get into like deadlifts and that kind of stuff. Okay, so let me turn this camera back out here. Good. We only need to see a little bit of the pole because you want to see a lot of me. Okay, so this is the hardest variation right here. Okay, this is the full-on tic-toc. Okay, not the app. Yeah, so you're here. We're going to be hanging. We're going to be straight like a board, but sideways. Boom. Yes. Pushing with the bottom, pulling through the abs. And up. And up. Woo! Breathe. That's good. Okay? Yes. It's super difficult. Super hard, but super amazing, especially if you can knock out 4 or 5, okay? So basically you're trying to like deadlift yourself straight into a sideways, perfectly straight human flag, okay? But what we want to do is think about squeezing the obliques and pushing and pulling with the arms and legs to get us out there, okay? So now we can start to look at some modifications, ways to get up to this thing right here. So you see, I only did 3, and I don't even get totally sideways, okay? So we're gonna have a couple of options, okay? So, 1, we can use momentum. But before we do momentum, we need to understand what we're really trying to get to, because if we just use momentum and swing, it's just like we're swinging and hoping for the best, but we don't actually know where we need to stop, start, or pause, or whatever it might be, okay? So from here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab, I'm gonna set up, I'm gonna have my inside leg a little bit further away from the pole. It's almost like I'm trying to fake a picture of doing a human flag, right? And you're like, okay, here, pick up my leg and take the picture, right? But the person's feet are like halfway off the screen. So it's just like that. You're not actually gonna see my foot because it's out of the window because I can't get it into this thing right here, but it will be in the replay. But just know that my foot is not on a ledge or anything, okay? So my left foot is up to the side, okay? I'm on the ball of my foot here. Okay, I'm going to push pull, and as I do that, I'm going to try and keep this leg in space without moving and bring the bottom leg to meet it, like a little Charlie Chaplin heel clack, yeah? Push, pull, hook, clack, bring the leg back down, and then stop, okay? So however many of those that you can get, the better, okay? Now maybe your flexibility isn't up here as far as lifting the leg. Maybe it's just down here, okay? So let me do a low one, okay? So we need to figure out where we're at and then work on bringing it higher. If you can only go like this, and then you collapse, don't go as high, right? We're gonna bring it down a little bit. So maybe you only have flexibility to here, or you can only hold the leg there for the heel clack, right? So maybe it's just really small and subtle, and you're here, and it's like, boop, and then back, yes? Holding it really low, push, pull, boom, boop, bring the leg back, okay? So once you stick this leg out to the side, it's frozen in space, okay? Hopefully you're playing in the background while I'm talking, don't worry, okay? So once we understand that, okay, then we can work on swinging our leg up into momentum. It's almost like we're trying to kick up into a handspring or something, right? We need a little bit of lift, okay? So I'm gonna face the pole like I'm boxing it, okay, but with my hands. And as I swing what will be the outside leg, I'm going to twist sideways, and remember I need to turn perfectly sideways and stop, right? Not overarching, not being hollow, yes? And then I'm going to stop this leg up here in the air, the bottom leg swings up and clacks, and then it comes back down. Okay, so it looks like this, and I'll turn around and do it on the other side so you can see the back side just in case, yes? So as I swing, it's up, clack, back, and down, yes? Swing, clack, hold, and down. Swing, clack, hold, and down. Now, all of this is engaging like a motherfucker, okay? So when I swing up, it's like, hold it, ha, right? I don't know, it's like some fucking superhero villain, like superhero movie, right? Like Captain America is holding the freeway bridge overhead, saving all the patrons, like, oh my God, it's so hard, right? Squeeze everything so that you're in that shape, okay? Let me do the back side just so you can see if there's anything that I might be missing. I'll also do it towards the camera so you can see that happening, okay? So here. And back, okay? And then a couple towards the camera just so you can see the feet. See, I got a little bit off center. I didn't land straight. Okay? Okay, so play with that, okay, a couple of times. Let me know how that's going for you, okay? So you have some variations, yes? We're either playing with just the regular cup grip and levitating, okay? Maybe we're just working on a little baby tic-toc, right? Maybe we're working on tic-tocking even further and coming back. Maybe we're taking the leg out to the side and then tapping the feet up and bringing it back down, yes? Or maybe we're using some momentum, okay? Momentum is easier, but if you don't understand where to stop, squeeze, and do everything, it's just a big mess, okay? So take a minute or two, okay? Tinker around. If you have any questions, I'm gonna take a breath over here myself, and then we'll get started once again. Puff, my bearded dragon's looking at me real weird. He's like, Dad, what are you doing? That looks really hard. Sometimes I wonder if he had like a human voice. I feel like it would sound like Seth Meyers when he's like imitating Donald Trump or something. Oh my gosh, make America great again. Oh, buddy. Yeah. Okay, so save that. We're doing good on time. Okay, let me see where we're at on my agenda. Yeah, we got another 15 minutes. Damn, man, it's going by quick. Okay, so let's do some leg stuff. Okay, these Pole Power Express classes go by super quick. Okay, so we're gonna do some leg work now. Okay, we're gonna warm up the quads. More than just leg hangs, we're actually gonna do some quad work. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do, okay, is we're gonna do some chair sits using the pole, but squeezing with the knees, okay? So, what we're gonna, yeah, it's gonna be hard, yes? So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna squeeze like we're going into a chair pose, but we're gonna squeeze the pole with our knees. So it's just like our basic climb when we climb up and we squeeze between the legs, and the pole feels really cold. So you might wanna warm it up. Warm it up, get it warm, huh? Okay, right? So, you're gonna come up to the pole. I feel like there's no perfect position, like what I can say for the feet, but what you wanna have is a part where you're clamping with the knees. Woo, it's cold on that thigh, right? And then I'm gonna start to sit down in the chair, squeeze with the knees, let go of the pole, and then try to sit back as much as you can. Yeah, this is gonna kill your thighs. Yeah, I'm feeling it on the hips because I'm squeezing in. Oh my God, right? The quads are burning, right? Don't try to fold forward because that's easy, right? Because you're putting energy back towards the pole. But try to sit upright as you sit down and then come back out. Take a breath. I'll do it from a few different angles for demonstration so you can see really quick, and we'll do a few more of these together, right? So if I'm here, boom, I'm squeezing, I'm holding the pole, I'm sitting deep, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then once I get a good squeeze, then I want to try to sit back. Maybe the arms are by the side. Impossible, right? Coming over here. Good thigh burner. Good for the knees. Builds up that squeezing strength there. Yes. Boom. Over from this side. Just a different view. Here. Woo. Come on, baby. Squeeze. Yeah. Crack his head like a walnut. Okay. Yes. Let me know how those are going. I like those. Let's do a few more of those at your own pace. There's no magic number. It's just more like randomness. That's fun to do. That's good for the legs. Okay. Let's do a couple more. I'll do them with you. Let's see how long we can hold. If you can go longer than me, great. And if you can't, I won't know. Okay, so here we go. We're setting up once again. Yeah. I'm taking a partial chair, squeezing with the knees, getting that engagement. Boom. Starting to squeeze, taking the hands off, sitting a little deeper. Boom. Yes, yes, yes. Maybe bringing the arms out to the side or away from the pole. Arms are behind the pole. Holy shit, it's so hard. Sit up straight. And release. So simple, yet so hard. Okay, I'm going to do one more of those, and then we're going to look at the climb. Okay, this is good. And then you'll be ready for your day. It's another nice day in the neighborhood. Yeah, not as sunny as yesterday. Yesterday was fucking fantastic weather out, super warm. Today it's a little bit cooler. It actually reminds me of living in San Diego. If you live on the coast where it's like coastal warm, it's sunny, it's got a light breeze. It's not quite cold, but it's not quite warm. Feels really good out today. I'm super happy about that. Okay, one more time. Last rep, squeezing in with the knees. Yeah, cool. Sitting a little deeper. Get your squeeze on. Find your balance. Take the hands off. Sit back into a proper chair. Come on, knees squeeze. There we go. Ha 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 ha. Yes, and then maybe bringing the hands out to the side. Down by the side, squeezing it in. Tight. 3, 2, 1, and back. I don't know if you can see that in the mirror. My quad was starting to like have a muscle pop out. That's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome, bro. Okay. Cool, cool. Okay, now we're going to do a climbing drill. Just a basic, where am I going to go? I got 8 feet, okay? So we're not going to do a lot of climbing, but we are going to come back to the quads now, okay? So we're going to warm up, okay, on your own really quick. Okay, all I want you to do is just take a basic climb and just hold it here, okay? This is like level 1, 101 kind of stuff, level 2-ish kind of stuff, yeah? It's just sitting here nice and strong. Maybe you're just working on holding. Maybe you can get that nice pointed toe in the front here, if you're a little bit more of a level 2 person, but no hands, all of that good stuff, just warming up the legs, okay? I'm gonna take a quick breath. We'll do the other side. I'm pretty sure it's gonna look like shit on me, and I'm going to suffer with you because I never in 10 years climb on my bad side. It feels like I'm learning how to climb again, and I hate it, and it just feels really weird. So we'll do the other side. If you, whatever that is, maybe it's your good side now, maybe it's your bad side, but there we go. Squeezing. Is this right? Yeah, it is. It looks so weird. It feels so weird. Ooh, and I'm supposed to be on this side too here. Oh, that's better. Oh my God, it hurts so much. Come on, squeeze. Come on. I'm being a little bitch right now. I can do this. Yeah. Okay, this is not too bad. I hesitate to say I could get used to this, but who knows? Okay. So hopefully we know that we can be there. And if you're a level 2+ student, we should be able to do this for at least a minute nonstop, preferably more, right? It should just be something super simple, okay? But this is where we're gonna get our leg workout in. Now, we're gonna go up into this position. We're gonna go into our basic climb. And we're gonna pretend like we're climbing, okay? Like we were extending through the legs and standing up. But all we're gonna do is basically an aerial squat or a chair pose, okay? From this position. So I'm gonna do my good side first, obviously for demonstration purposes, yes? So as I come in, okay, I'm gonna get low, okay, like I'm actually trying to take a step up, okay, or maybe I'm trying to go a little bit higher up the pole, okay? And I'm gonna come in here, okay? I'm squeezing and I'm low. And I'm gonna come up a little bit higher, okay? And I'm gonna have my hands, and I wanna try to use my hands as little as possible as I squat down and as I squat up. It's just enough to keep my body from falling backwards, but it is not me pulling up with the hands, pulling my upper body. Does this make sense? Yes? So really using the legs and then crawling back up, okay? The hands are only keeping my upper body from falling backwards. Try it. Let me know how it goes. Let me know how it goes. Yes? Is it easy? Is it hard? Is it like, what? Oh, I'm getting all sorts of messenger messages right now. Okay? So try that on your good side. Okay? A little bit of an aerial squat. Now, if you have to use your hands, okay, what are we going to do, right? This is part of the exercise and the conditioning and stuff that we're doing. But the better we get and the stronger we get, the more we can minimize the use of hands, okay? Maybe you are able to take your hands off, but you can only do like half of that squat up and down. We'll take that. That's a start. And then we want to try to push the envelope, yeah? Jenny's at CBS watching us on live stream. Yay! Cool. They went on a walk to go get snacks. So I don't know if that's like counterproductive. Like, hey, let's go get some exercise today. We're going to walk up to CBS. We're going to get some gummy bears and some Snickers and some pork rinds. Yeah, and then we'll walk back. It's like the exercise cancels itself out, yeah? But that's okay. You know, maybe just run back, yeah? Okay, let's do the other side. This is going to be really weird. And I'll do it facing forward so you can just see a different angle, yeah? Boom, so I'm going to come in here. I'm going to step up. This is my weird climb, so it will probably be super shitty, right? And I'm trying to, oh my God, that hurts so much. Right? I have to use the hands. Holy crap, this side is weak AF. Boom, down. Come on, Brandon. Oh my God, squeeze so hard. Boom. Oh my God, that sucks. So if you're new to this, I feel your pain. Okay. Ooh, Funyuns and Oreos. Good. Right? But on the good side, you should be able to because it's super comfortable. So this is nice. I'm actually going to enjoy this on my shitty side. Okay? So take a few sets of these, practice this out, right? Really trying to get deeper, really trying to prevent yourself from slipping, okay? Once again, on my good side for demo purposes, then I'm gonna go back to my crappy side, right? I am squeezing like a mofo over here. It must just be that this inside knee is dead on this side, but not over here, right? And then lowering the booty in the hands, but the legs are staying in space, and then extending, coming back up, boom, up, and down, up, and down. Squat legs. Oh, that was it. It was a one-way trip down and I never came back up. Okay, and then I'm gonna do one more set on my bad side and then we'll be moving into the last little part. I think we're doing really good on time. Yeah, we got like 8 minutes left. Okay, and then bad side, squeeze, B. Come on, little beezy. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Oh my God, I can't get that low. Back up. I'm gonna tear off some skin off of my foot today. Okay, look, and I can only do like 1 or 2 of those. It's pretty pathetic on my bad side. So, okay, give it a couple more tries, final tries. We'll look at the last exercise and then we'll wrap up right on time. Oh yeah, this is gonna be nice, okay? We're gonna do one last old school exercise. Yeah, a knee stand from the outside, okay? Taking a breath. I'm actually starting to sweat. I'm gonna make you sweat till you bleed. That ain't dope enough indeed. Jump to the rhythm, jump, jump to the rhythm. Little CNC Music Factory, a little air action. Woo, that feels good. That's a nice bear. Okay. So we're gonna wrap up with the final exercise, okay? We're gonna go into a knee stand, okay? The goodie but oldie. This was the shit 10 years ago. Nobody knew how to do it, okay? And if we still don't know how to do it, well, we're gonna learn right now, so yes. So if you were on the ground, okay, it looks kind of like you're about to do a Prince stand, okay? Same principle, right? Prince, lean out, Cupid, whatever name you want to call this thing, even though it's got like 3 or 4, okay? Right? You're squeezing with the top leg and the bottom leg is pushing away, right? And you're trying to kick yourself in the ass with this foot right here, okay? Now, if this was on the ground, I don't recommend this yet because then maybe you might need a knee pad, but if the top leg is the front leg, that means the bottom leg is going to wrap behind the pole and then you're going to hook your feet, okay? So it would look something like this, and then once the knee goes on the pole, the bottom foot goes on top, the top leg goes behind, you kick this and you squeeze them together, and that gives you tension, okay? Now here's the cool part, or not so cool part. Whatever your bottom leg is, okay? If you feel your kneecap, and then there's like the patella. I looked it up on Google today just to make sure I knew what the fuck I was talking about, right? And then you have your little reflex tendon right here, and then we start to get into the bone, whatever this bone is called. I didn't look that one up today, okay? And if you feel right below the little knobby part of the bone, there's like a little divot right there. That's usually where the pole wants to go when you put it here on the pole. So this is what it's gonna look like if you've never seen this before. We're gonna try and hang for time, okay? So I'm going to grab, it's like I'm almost going into a genie, except I'm gonna be doing a different trick, yes? So I grab really high with the inside leg. My upper arm is gravity so it can pull me back up. The bottom hand is going to reach in between my legs, and then I'm going to pull with the top, push, get the top of my shin, okay, that little happy spot right here, kick the bottom leg into the top, hook, push the hips forward, yes, and then release, and we hold, and it fucking sucks, but it's not that bad, yeah, and then you come back, and you come back out, okay? So, when you place the knee on the pole, what you need to be, the bottom knee, is you don't want to be like in a huge wide split, okay, like you're doing flexibility class, because then you won't be able to squeeze back, but then you also won't be able to push, and then you also won't be able to get the feet to hook because your knees are so wide, okay? So your knees can only be as wide as whatever your ankles can start to hook, okay? So let's give it a try. Give it a couple tries and then we'll do it for time just to see the challenge there, okay? So, yes, king knee hold, yeah. And you went, as in you show again. Yes, you want to see it again? Yeah, I'll do it from the back side, okay? So, from here, let me wipe off, I'm getting sweaty, this is good. All right, 60 minutes, quick and simple. Okay, so to this camera right here. So I hook high with this inside leg, inside arm reaching up nice and high, bottom hand pushing away. I know I want to put my knee probably right around here, right? Push, pull, knee first, or that little spot, hook the feet. I'm like, okay, that's not bad. Okay, I'm still trying to find the placement of the knees. Really drive into the bottom knee. As you lift through the side, push the hips forward just like you would in a Cupid, right? Really push, and then maybe you'll release. Maybe you won't. And then you'll come back, right? Not too bad, yeah? Not too bad, yeah? And then I'm gonna do the other side for good measure. I never do that side, so once again, I will probably be here suffering with you on a nice simple move, okay? So give it a couple tries and then we'll try it for time. I probably only have one more long hold in me because I haven't done these in a while, but it's not too shabby, yeah? So let's see what happens over here. It might be a total failure, okay? Holding up, and back, and down. This one, there we go, see? Ooh, no, my bottom knee is sliding. Push the hips forward, come on, Brandon, squeeze, slide, push. I can't take this top hand off. Push, ha, ah. Yeah, look. We got our good side, right? I can cupid on both sides, but a knee hold, one side only, yeah? Okay, so we're getting good here. I got 30 seconds left on the stream. It's gonna kick me off right now. Okay, so let's end this, we'll come back, and then we'll wrap up with this final hold and say goodbye. Okay, I'll be right back in 30 seconds. I'm gonna do one more on my bad side while I wait for everybody to come back. Yeah, and then we'll finish with one final static hold on whatever side is working for you, hands on, hands off, whatever is good for you. Boom, up, hook, come on bad side, don't be a little, oh my God, it hurts so much. I remember how much it used to hurt, it feels like shit. Okay, so let's do the final hold. We'll see how long we can hold. Yeah, I'll start and you guys follow along. Maybe you'll beat me, maybe you won't, I don't know, but we're gonna try and stick it, yeah? So, final hold, I'm gonna do it to this front camera so they can see me there. Yeah, here we go. Breathe, give it a little bad boy action, woo-saw. Okay, here we go, going up in 3, 2, 1, final knee hold, boom, squeeze, kick, hands free, or not, but as long as you're not sliding and sticking it, hold, squeeze, coming out, 3, 2, 1, okay, that was good. My knee's gonna love me later. Good, okay, so anyways, let me move this camera back over here so I can here we go. So, once again, that's going to be class for today, so thank you for joining me, right? This was a Pole Power Level 2 Plus 60-minute express class. As usual, all of the videos are on my YouTube channel, Acro Brandon. If you want to tip me or donate, you're more than welcome to. I always appreciate it. Acro Brandon on Venmo, PayPal, acrobrandon@gmail. If you have any questions, you can drop the comments here or on the YouTube channel or message me directly. Anything works. Instagram, all that great stuff. And then next week, I don't know what the teaching schedule is yet, but I will probably do an intermediate advanced liquid class next week because I want to do some hard shit. So keep an eye out for that. And then I'll see you in the next video. All right, cool. Thanks for watching.